EastEnders spoilers. Icon returns, and major exit, and a vile rapist gets shock. Several Albert Square residents are at serious risk in next week's EastEnders episodes, with Suki Panises taking the brave step of leaving Nish for a new life with true love Eve Unwin. Writing a letter, she makes preparations, but danger follows as Nish knows more than she realizes. Can she escape? Meanwhile, as Sam Mitchell makes a long-awaited return to Walford, she brings a whole lot of trouble. She has made some enemies, but can Phil save her? Monday, November 20th. It's launch day for the Beale's Pie and Mash shop, but Dean is furious to see "rapist" written in graffiti across the window. Certain that it's down to Linda, Dean has a nasty confrontation with her and the nights in front of a crowd where he states he can sue Linda for slander. Elaine and George are worried legal action could result in her losing the pub, and after seeking advice from Jack, Linda reluctantly goes to strike a truce with Dean. When her efforts to cool the situation fail, Ian and Cindy demand that Dean back down or their business will never take off. But during a tense standoff upstairs at the Vic, George lashes out at Dean, who falls down the stairs and lies motionless at the bottom. Vinny worries as Suki shows the signs of stress and exhaustion as Priya and Ravi row at number 41. Later, he discovers she never picked up her prescription for antidepressants from the doctor. Nish steps in to resolve a problem with Avani's passport, and grateful Priya tells her daughter she will make sure he loves having him around, but when she passionately kisses him, Nish is horrified, especially when he realizes Suki and Vinny are stood in the doorway. Elsewhere, Alfie goes to have his first hormone injection and is privately glad that Kat goes with him. Tuesday, November 21st. Linda, George and Cindy are in shock as they rush to Dean. Cindy calls the ambulance and tells everyone she didn't see what happened, making Ian furious that she's covering for George. At the hospital, Ian begs Cindy not to lie for George as she could end up back inside, and she agrees to tell the police the truth. After discovering that George is on a suspended sentence and will go to prison, Linda takes matters into her own hands. Nish is appalled when Suki accuses him of enjoying the kiss and tells Priya to pack her bags. Later, at the Minute Mart, Suki is cut deep to see Eve happy with her new lady, Tessa. She convinces Nish to give Priya another chance so they can keep their granddaughter close, knowing that having lots of family around will mean she doesn't have to be alone with him. When Vinny privately questions Suki on being so forgiving, she lets rip about the depth of her unhappiness in her marriage and how much she hates Nish. Devastated, Vinny tells Suki that if she wants to be with Eve, he won't stand in her way. Sam crashes back into Walford and brings a whole heap of trouble with her. She begs Phil to help her as she owes a drug boss a lot of money. Kat is furious that Phil is considering paying off Sam's debts. Wednesday, November 22nd. Linda broods and is horrified when Elaine makes it clear she wants her to say whatever it takes to get George off the hook. Sam, who still hasn't gone to see Ricky and baby Charlie, wakes up at Billy's full of self-pity. After efforts to get Phil to reconsider fail, Sam runs into drug boss Camillo, who grabs her by the arm. Kat sees what's happening and rushes to get Phil and Billy to help. Faced with his sister getting hurt, Phil caves in and promises to get Camillo his money. Nish sticks his nose into Minute Mart business, enraging and increasingly desperate Suki. Eve spots the argument, and Suki asks if they can talk. Suki reveals that Vinny has given his blessing to them being together, but Eve doesn't want to go back to a closeted relationship now she's got Tessa. Later, Suki tells Vinny she's going to leave Nish and start a new life. Thursday, November 23rd. Suki puts the final touches on her plan to leave and writes a goodbye letter to Nish. As Vinny rallies round to get her the cash to tide her over, Suki makes a last-chance plea to Eve to come with her. Stacy advises Eve to look to the future with Tessa, not the past with Suki, but she's torn. Sam finally goes to see Ricky, who is hurt and angry that she's been home several days and has not met Charlie yet. She insists that now her troubles are behind her, she's ready to make him and Charlie her priority. Ricky remains cold, and Sam turns to Stacy to help her convince him. Sam is delighted to meet baby Charlie and later asks Phil for a place to stay so she can be there for her family. Linda struggles with the impact the past few days have had on her. Elsewhere, Mitch organizes a surprise party for Karen in the Vic and persuades Sharon to attend with Keanu.